Who we got in here? Nobody. Nobody in here. Awesome. What's up, Slay Nation? So what's going on with you tonight? Finally, light turned green. I hate people. Give me 1 second, I'll read what you just wrote, man. I'm trying to get home before the cops get out. Why have you been suspended for 90 days? Hang on, you gotta stare at my roof for a second. Alright, so what's going on, man? But why did you get suspended? Did somebody report you for something stupid, or? Huh, I think my wife's asleep. Hey, two people. Three. Who we got in the house? Besides Slay Nation. What's up, Firebird? How's it going? Just realized I never done the second part of my video. Exhausted. Trying to get things done. Not enough time in a day. Spent the day working on the Mustang. Well, let me rephrase. Pulled the motor out of the Mustang this morning. That way I can start ordering my front subframe rails. And then the aprons, then the strut towers, and a new radiator. The list goes on and on and on. I know one thing, it is humid out here. Who else we got in here besides Slay Nation and C10? Three for three. What's up, Rome? How's it going, brother? Stupid phone. Oh. Alright, it's gonna get dark for a minute. Leaving the truck, going in the house. I bet that's fun. Is the cylinder busted, or is it just where you normally fill it up at? Well, lovely. Don't you just love that stuff? Hey, darling. It's a bit bright. Now y'all
Damn light on.
live streaming.
Hey y'all.
We got Slay Nation, C10, and Firebird, and it's a Rome thing.
Dear God, you stink.
I was sweating my ass off this morning.
Be happy YouTube doesn't have smell-o-vision.
Fuck you. What?
Oh, you flipped it. I'm about to go take a shower.
Because this way my fingers ain't blocking the camera on the phone. So besides the floor jack, Rome, what else you got going on?
touch me. Ew!
Is my arm sweaty?
You're gross.
Well, I spent about 2 hours pulling the motor out of my 68 Mustang. Turned around, went and picked up... What year is that washer?
I don't know.
Nice ass Samsung front load washer. There's a part in it that broke, which I suspect it has a leak because it's covered in calcium deposits. So I want to fix that and replace the seals in it.
Assuming it's not going to be expensive to fix anyway. Super expensive,
And then
I should say.
took kids to the splash pad. Let them play.
Well, we took the kids to the splash pad before we picked up the...
I'm not giving it in any order. Goofed around on a few live streams. Green Bay Wacky, Cap 7. Went to vacuum out the truck at the car wash. Realized I didn't have enough quarters to finish the job.
I can't capture it. And we're back.
What?
I can't capture it.
So yeah, been a pretty busy long day. Matter of fact, I got to do the second part of that video for the motor pool. Do a walkthrough of everything I've done, give the bolt sizes and all that good junk. Sums it up. Good Lord, everybody just disappeared. Sorry I look like Shrek. This is Donkey. Hey, we're back up to 3. Who is it?
I'm positive that the sound of my voice is the equivalent of an enema to my husband. Every time I say we have to talk, he has to poop.
It's the same way when I say it's time to clean the house. And then you run to the bathroom.
It's not my fault that I never get the chance to use the bathroom.
Yeah. Stupid emails. C10. Lifeline screening by eye special offer. Stroke and heart disease can be prevented. Not when it's full of whiskey and bad choices.
Yeah, look at those numbers though. It has no telomeres.
What in the world are you watching? Wow.
Just like, fuck this bird.
Wow. Oh, I told Tay and his girl earlier about the whole replacing the windows on the house mishap yesterday.
Oh my god. I told it.
Hey, Kelly.
Hello. I told Antonio and Christian, and they were like, "Are you kidding me?"
So, do y'all want to hear how stupid some window replacement people can be? Awesome. Well, that ain't cool. Kelly pops in and 2 people leave. That's not very nice. I'm pretty sure Kelly would get a kick out of it.
3 times I told them they were at the
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I was about to go take a shower when he came in, so I'm gonna go take a shower in a minute anyway.
I just got back from the car wash from vacuuming out the truck.
Besides,
Didn't even get it
freaking
completely vacuumed because
10:30.
I forgot to take enough quarters.
He live streams too late at night.
Well, it's the only time when it's peace and quiet and there ain't no yelling at the kids. So, do you want to hear the story about the horrible window replacement guys from
We
yesterday?
were laughing at it yesterday when Mom and Grandma got here.
I thought it was pretty funny and ridiculous.
So we got the windows replaced in the house because they were the original windows from when this thing was built back in the 50s, like 53, 55, somewhere in there. They needed replaced bad. Anyway, all the windows except for this bay window behind us and one other one in the dining room. So
7 windows.
Was it
I
7?
counted it up earlier.
I knew it was 7 or 8. Anyway, so they said they were supposed to be there from about 11:30 to 7 o'clock. So I said, all right, I'll make sure I'm home. Got rid of my work shifts, changed my schedule around to make sure I could be home from 11 to freaking 7 o'clock in the evening. I get a call a little bit after 11:30. Hey, the guys are there, but they say no one's home. Now I'm home. I told you I'd be home. I'm home. Red van in the driveway. We got a flag on our porch, and our mailbox is marked with big black numbers. You can't miss it. We've had 3 guys previously come and measure our windows. We'd been home. We know they know where the house is, so I was really confused. So I go outside. They're at the next door neighbor's house, which has been empty for what, a month and a half now?
It's been empty since about
Month and a half, 2
March,
months,
April.
something like that. It's been empty for a while for rent. My grandma's friends with the people that own it. Because she owns this house. And they were over there. They had already started working. I was like, guys, you're at the wrong house. I thought, I couldn't tell what they were doing. I could just tell that they had already started working. I was like,
They had already started at the neighbor's house.
Yeah, it turns out
busted one.
Turns out they were taking off storm windows. I was like, you're at the wrong house. It's this one. And they were like, okay, but is there any way we could get in? No, that's the wrong house. You're supposed to be over here. Oh, okay, but can we get in so we can get started? No, you're supposed to be replacing the windows on this house over here. And then they finally realized it. At that point, I was just getting off the phone with the lady from the office that had called me to tell me that they were there. I hear their boss blow up on them. I'm like, how far would you say? That is 10, because I was under our tree.
And you were under the tree, so from the tree in the front yard to that driveway.
Well, no, they were by the window. It's not even
Over by the
driveway.
window?
Yeah.
40 foot, at least.
So they were a pretty fair distance away. I hear their boss explode on them on the phone. They start flipping their shit. They're like, God damn it, we're at the wrong motherfucking house. One of them's like, well, our GPS took us here. It showed us this picture. I'm like, did you not read the house numbers? They've got like 4-inch gold numbers on the side of the house. Like, plain and obvious, right in front of the driveway. And we've got like 3-inch black numbers on our...
On a white mailbox.
On a white mailbox. You can't miss it. It's super obvious. And I'm like, did you not look at... I was like, did you not look at the house numbers? Like, are you kidding me? And they broke a pane. They took off 2 storm windows. They broke a pane on one of them. Their boss was freaking out. So as soon as I get off the phone with the office girl, I text my mom, then I immediately call her. My mom tells my grandma what happened. My grandma calls the office back and is like, they broke a glass, and they were already taking off windows. They broke a pane of glass. And then their boss starts yelling at them even louder. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I was just supposed to sit here because the house was gonna be open. And so
all in all, they basically they were scheduled to be at our house from 11:30 to 7, so that's a 7.5-hour day. They turn around and done the windows
by
in
2:30.
They done it in 3 hours.
They
because they wanted to redeem themselves for screwing up so badly.
They ended up taking an old pane of glass from our kitchen window and putting it on the bathroom storm window, because that's the one that they broke next door. Because the house next door is identical to ours. And the bathroom window.
It used to be identical.
Yes.
This is one house out of 3 that's still original.
The base of it, the base of it is identical, so all the windows are identical. But the kitchen and the bathroom windows are the same size. So since they broke a pane of glass on the storm window next door, they took our old pane of glass from the kitchen, put it on the storm window next door, and then just screwed it back on. And they were like, well, it's as good as old. And I was like, okay. But they were supposed to be here till 7 o'clock in the evening, but finished at 2:30.
I come home for lunch as they're whipping out of the driveway of the neighbor's house, and they almost hit me head on while I'm driving a company truck. It was bad. Because they done the windows in such a hurry, they're calling for storms here this week. If they leak, it's their ass.
It was so ridiculous. If we didn't have house numbers, I could understand the confusion.
It was an interesting afternoon, to say the least.
We have big, obvious house numbers, so there's no excuse.
We have an oversized mailbox with oversized numbers on it.
If it was the house on the other side of us, I could understand. Well, the house on the other side of us doesn't have numbers. We have numbers, and the house that they went to both have numbers as well. So there's no excuse for mixing our two houses up.
The older guy that was with them, worked for him for what, like 20 years or something?
Yeah, well, there were two guys doing the windows. There was an older guy who's been doing windows for like 20 or 30 years, and according to the other guy, he was like second in command at the company that was contracted out to install the windows. And then the younger guy had only been doing it for a few years.
Regardless, they both knew they should have verified the address they were at before they started working. So they deserve that ass chewing.
Yeah.
I honestly wish I was home when they got here.
It was ridiculous.
What was that, yesterday or Thursday?
That was Friday.
So yesterday. So yeah, it made for a pretty interesting Friday. Your 90 Eldorado. No dash light. Did you pull the dash out and replace the bulbs?
Did you try turning it off and back on again?
Hey, whatever you do not call technical support. It will redirect you to India, and they will ask you to reboot the system.
See, so he needs to turn it off and turn it back on again.
God, I completely forgot they done some digital crap on cars back in the 90s. So it's an all digital display. Did you check the fuses?
unplug it, count to 10, and plug it back in.
Yeah, just reset the Wi-Fi, dude. The center readout and dash were pitch black, and he checked the fuses. Oh. Impact! Oh, dude. That blows. Paul's Garage and Forge, old school only, just got their channels hacked just a couple of minutes ago. First names changed, and his picture disappeared, and then all of his his pictures changed, and all of his videos disappeared. Hey, Amber.
Hello.
And John. That blows. It's nice to see you finally on a live stream again, Impact. Honestly, Rome, as far as that dash goes,
This is the Coleman in a nutshell.
I would pull it and check the lights and everything.
You're not even watching. It's the most true thing I've ever seen.
That's scary, and I no longer want to watch any more of it. Hey, I'm doing good. Rod, what's up, brother?
Everybody shows up after we tell the story about the idiots.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody shows up after we tell a story about the idiots replacing the windows on the house Friday. But it's good to see y'all. Ooh, hey, is the light switching for the carport still up?
I don't know.
Go check it.
I didn't
I'm
turn
gonna
it off.
Go outside.
I didn't turn it off.
Oh, God, I'm getting old.
Oh, shut your face.
I am getting old.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
Chopper. What's up, mate? Hang on, I gotta turn some light on for out here. God, I'm blind. I gotta venture into the unknown and not be able to see. Oops. That's broke. Oh, Amber, that sucks. Okay. See, I can see crap motor in the way. Unplug the air compressor. Blind my. Oh, that's better. There goes the hood for the Mustang. What's up, H-Top? There seems to be something missing out of the Mustang. Cobra. Something is missing. No motor. Because the motor's right here. It's going to be Fred Flintstone, man. I'm just going to say the hell with the motor. But yeah, I yanked the motor. Went and picked up an engine hoist this morning. About 8:30. Took me an hour and a half, roughly, to yank the motor. And that's because I was taking my time. I should have just went ahead and pulled the tranny out with the motor instead of leaving it in there to pull out later. It'll give me something to do tomorrow when I get back into town. So yeah. One second, guys and gals. The 4.6. Hang on, I gotta back up. A 96 Cobra Mustang with the 4.6. Where you at? My dad probably would have loved to have that car. Impact, I got an engine hoist for you right here. There's an engine hoist for you. Okay, about that. Where did everybody go? Yeah, that I do my live streams from my phone, and for some reason the app just froze up. I don't know why, but I literally had to close out the app, reopen it, YouTube not responding, close it all out, reopen it, repeat for a third time, and then it's finally working. For my dad's Stang or for this Stang, Tim? Where's it at? Well, where are you at? Missouri? It's not that far of a drive. I might be able to get a old army buddy of mine up that lives up there to go pick it up for me and hang on to it. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Impact, but I figured out how to do this Mustang minus paint and front suspension for right around $2,000. That's minus paint and front suspension. Honestly, right now, I think I'm just going to hold off on tearing down the old straight six and boring it out. Yeah, I know. I kind of want to see it. I haven't been seeing anything for his channel pop up. Well, like I'm kind of want to do it somewhat right, but at the same time, I want to make it last. I figured out how to cut corners for the rear quarter panel since most of it's still good. I need to check that notification icon because I have not seen anything popping up for your channel, Impact. I've always had it on. That's the thing. I've always seen when your videos would pop up. But lately, there's nothing. I haven't even been getting anything from Chopper. Except for that one live stream that he'd done that I tuned in for. That was it. It's actually pretty aggravating. Yeah, I need to do something with this channel. Same to you, Rod. I get to spend mine with the in-laws. I could be home, enjoying peace and quiet. The only problem is, though, Chopper, when I do it from my phone, it pops up with an error. And I will do that several times. Error 404. What's up, Mike? Hey, I'll take that as a compliment because technically I am. Exactly. Even on rods, I know when I go to his channel, I know I'm bust to him. Notifications are on, but when I pull up his channel, it says that I'm not getting notifications. But yet every time he uploads a video or does a live stream, I see it. It's just, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm just going to have to buy another laptop. My son, he busted mine a couple weeks ago. My wife has a Nerf gun rifle with the lever action. I'm sitting on the back of the couch. He's not paying attention. He climbs up on the couch and puts his knee right into my laptop and busts half the screen. So I'm literally doing all my videos from my phone, all my live streams from my phone. Pretty everything is going through my phone. I've already gone through 48 gigs of data so far this month. And that's just doing YouTube. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. I shouldn't have to, Rod, because I just bought the thing in March. I've got to find the paperwork because it's still under warranty. I'm sorry, did it survive, Mike? Please say no. Foreign cars suck. Both. I did see a couple of good cars yesterday. We have a thing here in town during the summer. It happens once a month. Hey now, Rod, easy man. It's called Trucks and Tunes. It's live music from local bands, food trucks. There's a stand set up for beer, but it can't leave the corral that it's set up in. And occasionally people show up with their restored classic cars. And it's a 57 Chevy Bel Air. There was a 64 Corvair and a Datsun 1600. Hey, my truck's got... How much does my truck have? See, now I'm curious. $166,638 miles. It hasn't been in the shop yet. Let's see. $166,000 divided by 15 is how much? Hey, I know somebody that's got a Honda that's got over 1,000 miles recorded on it. Got over 1 million miles. And this is actually back in North Carolina, in Winston-Salem. Well, the only reason why his car is still running is because of proper maintenance. Was it a Ford, Mike? I think it was a Ford. If Rod's still here, he'd probably say it's a Ford. Ah, Gay Man's Chariot. Gotcha. I've never been in a GMC. I've never drove one, never sold one, never worked on one. Hey, my truck's an '03 Ram 1500. I've got 5.7 liter Hemi in it. I don't have any problems out of it. Even though it's a Magnum, which is the worst design ever. That reminds me, I gotta make my truck payment one day. No, they're not Impact. Impact, my wife had an '06 Dodge Dakota extended cab. It had the 4.7 liter Magnum in it. And every time I turned around, I was having to replace some kind of sensor or do some kind of motor work to it. I had a '99 Dodge Durango that had the 5.2 liter Magnum. I basically had to rebuild the damn motor. I don't like the Magnums. And the most common sensor that goes out on those motors is the camshaft position sensor. That's the most common one. The truck my wife had. That truck my wife had Impact. I buy Mopar brand parts for the most part. I like to put in what I take out. Same with Ford, same with Chevy, you know. I replaced that same sensor, camshaft position sensor, 4 times. No, Mike, what you're supposed to do is chase it down, jump on its back, break its horn off, and stab it in the heart. That would make international news. I had an old F350 that had a 460 big block in it. Got 8 miles to the gallon. Blown head gaskets. This was years ago. I was just a wee lad. That ain't no joke, Rod. See, you want to know what I love about the classic cars? This is the wiring harness. There's nothing there except a hookup to the alternator, and then you run a line from your solenoid to your starter, and then you got a ground running up from the block to the battery. Of course, then you got your oil pressure switch and all that kind of stuff. No fuel injection, none of that BS. Just plain and simple. The way cars should be. Yeah, those 460s suck, Chopper. I hate computerized shit. But sometimes you just get so tired of working on the early computerized shit, you have to buy newer. Oh hell, I replaced the radiator in my wife's van yesterday. I'm not going to get into all that. But honestly, if we were to take some of these newer motors and just strip it of all this electronic bullshit and do like you did, Impact, throw on a carb, take it back to the basics. My wife's minivan. I've talked to Rod about this. A couple months ago, it was broke down, fuel pump went out and everything. So her parents were out here. Even after replacing the fuel pump and all that, it'd start up and run, but it would only run at high RPM. It wouldn't idle without dying. Turn around, took off the breather box and got down into the throttle body. Took that off, took the IAC off, took the TPS off, all that good stuff. Hell, the TPS was full of oil. Throttle body was full of oil. Inside the intake is full of oil. A nice thin layer of oil with carbon. Come to find out, my favorite way to change spark plugs is I'll do one wire and plug at a time. So that's what I did. Well, apparently, I don't know how long it's been like this. There was 2 wires that were crossed, which was causing it to run rough. Well, I replaced the radiator yesterday. Radiator was cracked, just like I thought. O'Reilly's and Advance wanted $200 for the radiator. Napa wanted almost $400. AutoZone don't even carry it. So I went online and bought it through one of my favorite online parts stores. 1A Auto, $82. Alright, got it in 2 days. Because it ships out of Kansas. Let me tell you, that radiator was a pain in the ass. You have to take off the little cover running across the top where the hood latch is, and you got to take off the cross member that runs across the top of the radiator. Then you have to do the electric fans. Then you have to pick up the radiator and the transmission cooler at the same time, slide it forward a little bit, then try and get the transmission intercooler off without busting it in any way. Pull the old one out, put the new one in, and reverse the entire process. But now my question is, I've already got some ideas. The oil is what I'm having a hard time with. How the hell can oil get back up into the throttle body, the intake, and the TPS? Unless there's, I don't know, fried piston rings, blown head gasket, something like that. What do y'all think? Yeah, but it shouldn't do that. I mean, the only way for anything to even get back up in there is if it's getting recirculated through the EGR, which takes it straight back into the throttle body. It's a 3.3 liter. It's really good on gas, honestly. But I mean, we're having to put oil. Let's see, I think 2 quarts in it every week and a half. Well, that I know, Impact. That's the thing, it doesn't smoke. It does not smoke at all. I mean, I'm thinking fried piston rings on one of the cylinders or a blown head gasket, something along those lines. It's the only thing in my head that would even allow oil to get into the combustion chamber to get sucked back out. I mean, the PCV. I mean, realistically, the only way I can find out anything is to have a compression test ran. Yeah, except it's a Dodge Grand Caravan. I've never even heard about that with the PCV valve. I've never heard of that at all. See, as far as I know, the motor's in great shape. It's just that I pulled off the breather box, disconnected everything from the throttle body, pulled off the throttle body, and then I took off the TPS because it was the only way to get to it is by pulling off the throttle body. And literally, that stud that cuts through the throttle body. What's up, Nanobot? But that stud that goes to the throttle body that has the butterfly on it, it is what goes into the TPS. It's what helps measure the airflow and full of oil. I mean, literally, I could take a screwdriver or a rag and just wipe even inside the intake, any part inside that intake, and it was coated in oil. I'll have to check that. I wonder if that might be why my truck smokes every now and then. I was leaving work the other day, and one of my coworkers behind me on a motorcycle said, "Yeah, when you took off, your truck was smoking." Yep, probably a cat in the backyard. He needs to get on that impact. He really does. I can't even look. Like I said, I'm doing all this on my phone. In order for me to look, I've got to stop the live stream.
Were you using the hose?
No, I'm not. I have not touched the hose since I washed out the driveway earlier.
Okay, well, the water pressure went shit while I was taking a shower. Just all of a sudden, like,
Oh.
I started using the hose.
Rod, Impact, Mike, Nanobot. Pretty much everybody said on the live stream gave me an idea I've never even considered, let alone knew about, for the reason why you had oil in the throttle body and the intake and all
Especially
that.
not while I'm in the shower.
Hey, if I was doing that, you wouldn't see my hands. But PCV valve,
For what?
the PCV valve,
I
it goes in. It's in the top of your dock.
okay. For what's wrong with the van?
Yes, why you had oil in the intake and everything. If the PCV valve goes bad, it doesn't have proper airflow and all that good stuff, it'll cause blowback into the motor. Hey, I'll touch it right now.
What is driveway?
Hey, it's still in my pants.
What is that?
No. Hey, can you get me a refill, please? And then I'll have a cigarette and come inside.
How is it your house?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Hell, my wife wanted to go pick up a new project for me, which is going to cost about $200 to fix. These dumbasses should have never took it apart. So now I got to look up a diagram from somewhere so I can get it back together. But she had me go pick up this, used to be nice Samsung washer. That she wants me to fix for her. And the only thing that was wrong with it which I'm getting to right now, is the spindle motor that goes inside the drum. Busted because there's a leak somewhere, and that's all calcium buildup. So she wants me to fix that. $200 part. And then a couple hours to puzzle it back together and hope I don't cross anything. But I mean, dude, guys, he literally completely stripped this thing apart. Oh, no, I know I can do it. That's not going to be a problem. The problem is the $200 to fix it.
Yeah. 118.
I'm also counting in for new door seals and a new O-ring gasket for the drum.
We don't even know if we're going to need the new door seal.
I'm going to replace them anyways.
Don't bother with the door seal
Nope.
until we know if we need it.
The thing is, that handle is there's a
I
leak
know,
somewhere in
it's
there.
corroded as fuck.
That's because there's a leak somewhere in there. If I do not fix it, replacing that big ass O-ring around the tub and the door seal and all that, it's going to happen again.
It might just be the O-ring and not the door.
All right. Am I back up?
I'll back chat all of y'all. Don't tell me what to do. What?
Mike just says spin, spin, spin. Well, the washer don't spin, but the live stream does. But yeah. I don't need Viagra. My kickstand is natural.
Who needs whatever the opposite of Viagra is?
There ain't one. The alien race Viagrans haven't come up with it. So yeah, I guess I'll do a washing machine tutorial video once I figure out exactly where everything goes. It's too late for that, Mike. You said saltpeter.
Huh?
Saltpeter. If you feed saltpeter to people when they're young, it inhibits the growth of their peckers.
You mean canned green beans?
Yeah, there you go, sweetheart. Get a washboard and bucket.
You gonna do our laundry?
No.
Cause I ain't fucking doing that.
1 gallon of high octane will fix it. Hey, I can do that while it's running once it's back together and just toss a match in there and see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be a little fun project, but it ain't going to be too bad.
Donate plasma a few
She's
times
a-
and we'll be able to afford the shit.
For a river rock. Do you want it to be Cain and Abel over here?
Yeah, give me a river rock. See how long this channel keeps going.
No shit, I swear to God. More hunters would be able to hit their target if they would just slow that bullet down to 65 mile an hour and put some headlights on it. They'll hit a deer every time. I swear to God. She'd like it too much, Chopper. That's the problem.
I fight back.
She'd like it. I'd like it. See? My point exactly, Mike. The headlights were on and you were doing about 65 miles an hour.
Give or take 10 miles.
If you just slow that bullet down with some headlights, every time you'll have a deer in the bag.
get you up when you go to church so you can get the thing back.
They're closed on Sundays. I gotta have it back by 8 a.m. Monday.
Oh,
Dude, that sucks. So yeah, I gotta be up extra early with the kids Monday morning.
Well, you can't take them to daycare any earlier than 7.
I know.
You want me to call you?
No, I'm gonna get up at 6:30. Get the kids up at 1:45. But yeah. If I had heard my alarm go off this morning, that engine stand would already be, engine hoist would already be back where I rented it from. But I mean, hell, $40, I have it for the whole weekend. And I am not joking. The only way to transport this thing is via pulling it with a truck. No joke. It is too heavy and too wide to fit in the truck bed. Well, it's made by Bluebird Impact. Did it feel like an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyways when they're doing dubs? But yeah. Godzilla! But I'm actually thinking about doing a merchandise thing for funds to do this Mustang in a somewhat reasonable time frame. I honestly need to get things straightened out in here, get rid of some stuff so I can organize and get the Mustang pulled back in. Hell, I gotta be up early in the morning so I can finish cleaning the truck. Went to the car wash to vacuum it out because their vacuums are stronger than mine. I've heard that one before, Chopper. Fucking didn't take enough quarters with me. So I gotta finish vacuuming it out, wiping everything down, and wash it. Because my in-laws love clean vehicles. But no, I'm thinking about doing shirts and things, patriotic stuff, patriotic merchandise to sell. Use the funds for the Mustang, get it done in a timely fashion. And that way, once this project's done, I can save up and get another one. Since my wife wants a 72 Mach 1. Or is it a 71 Mach 1? I can't remember. Do shirts, keychains, get some hats done. I need to get that toolbox done. It's just been sitting there. Honestly, I guess in a way I don't want to do it. Because once it's done and gone, that's it. That'll be it. Okay, sorry. But no, I do shirts. They're going to be from small to 5XL. That way pretty much anybody can wear them. I gotta get started on that at some point. Alright, Rod, you take care, man. Get you some sleep. Yeah, my dad's birthday will be November 6th. November 6th, he would have been 57. Shouldn't be. I mean, yeah, it looks backwards to me. Hey, I'm telling you, Mike, 65 and a set of headlights. You'll take them down every time, man. And I am planning on doing a video in the morning and a live stream some point tomorrow. Dude, I'm sorry, Chopper. It sucks. Hell, I'm still grateful to Rod for answering my phone call when my dad first passed away to let everybody know. Hey, you just chased a deer in front of the train. Hey, Sandy. Yeah, I know it was. I was in no shape to do it. My brothers weren't. My mom wasn't. I mean, it was literally that fresh. I called Rod a few hours after he passed. Fascia today. Have to check that out. Well, once I get the carport and my workbench cleaned up, I've actually got a model car in the house that I'm going to do. A Camaro. Should make Rod happy. It's a Chevy and not a Ford. I tell you what, my dad loved his Mustangs. Honestly, I wish he kept that GTO Judge he had in school. Yeah, I know, farm boy, that's the problem. He was messing with me pulling the motor out of my Mustang this morning. You can ask Rod about that tomorrow. All right, Sandy, you have a good night. We'll talk at you later. Well, I couldn't get the transmission separated from the motor because the guide pins wouldn't let loose. All the bolts were out. Took me a flathead, worked my way around trying to separate it, wouldn't work. Called my mom so I could go get a crowbar. I didn't feel like going over there. She hadn't slept, so she wasn't going to bring me one. Turn around, called TLC Bear 2, Rod. Hey, Kayla. Welcome to the channel. And his suggestion. Use a flathead you don't care about and just pry it apart. Well, I already spent about 15 minutes doing that. Go back over there. Sure enough, I just stuck it in there. Just put a little bit of pressure. Transmission separated from the block. Still trying to talk her into therapy, Mike. She won't do it. Not to mention, she has no way to get her medications. She's diabetic. The free clinic here won't see her because every time she had an appointment when my dad was alive, he had appointments, so she couldn't make hers. She can't get her insulin or anything like that. She's going downhill. And I firmly believe that if my mom succeeds in getting $5,000 together to move back to North Carolina, she's not going to be around for long. I mean, she literally won't even sleep in her own room anymore. And she's got the couch made up as a bed. She sleeps on the couch. She sleeps most of the day. She gets up at night. She goes through things. She separates it. She gets rid of stuff. And cycles on and on and on. She still thinks she sees my dad walking through the trailer and things like that. It's not good. And I'm in no kind of financial position to help since I'm no longer working my $20 an hour job. Farm boy, I basically had to pull my mother out of the hospital room. She was not going to leave whatsoever. Once I finally got her out, got my brothers downstairs, I followed them home so they wouldn't have an accident. Told them not to worry about anything. I went through, made phone calls, and done all the arrangements and all that kind of stuff. Technically, I still haven't even grieved about it yet. Because I don't have time. Between work, trying to stay busy at home, 4 kids, bills, it isn't there. Hey, Lamb. Or is it Lam? I know, Sandy. Honestly, I think half my problem is I'm too accustomed to death. I spent 15 months in Iraq. I've died myself. I lost my best friend to sniper fire. My grandmother when I was in high school, uncles, friends. It's just when it happens, I find stuff to do and distract myself. And honestly, with the way my health has been lately, I've either been having mini strokes or micro seizures. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I've had this problem since I got out of the Army. I'll have my left hand and arm go numb. Well, hang on, let me rephrase. My vision goes blurry, then my head starts to hurt, then my left hand and arm goes numb, then the whole left side of my face and my mouth goes numb. And then I pass out. What's up, dirt bikes? Wait, John. Yeah. I've had that problem since I got out of the Army. But I've been to the doctor. While it's happening, they don't know what's going on, so it's a catch-22. In my eyes, anyways. But see, that's the thing, though, Impact. My blood pressure and everything's just fine. If you have clogged arteries or something along those lines, it affects your blood pressure. Mine is completely perfect. And as you know, I smoke. I smoked 4 packs a day in Iraq, went on 4 hours of sleep, running 20-hour shifts. Night, Sandy. So, I mean, hell, technically, I don't even get sick. I can't get the flu. I can't get pneumonia. My wife ends up with pneumonia a couple times a year, and I take care of her. I don't get it. I don't know. I'm one of those. The PX. I was stationed in Baghdad in the red zone. Fob Falcon. Matter of fact, you can actually on YouTube search Fob Falcon AHA AHA explosion, and it looks like fireworks because it got hit by a mortar round a couple years before I deployed over there. I was in the red zone, the danger zone. And we had a PX on the fob. We also had what we called Haji shops. And you can get a carton of cigarettes from the shops for $5 a carton. Or you can go to the PX and pay $70 a carton. But that's how you get cigarettes over there. I mean, when I got out of basic, I was stationed up at Fort Riley, Kansas, the Big Red One. I'm 11 Bravo. I'm infantry, Queen of Battle, all the way. I done basic down at Fort Benning, Georgia. So I get up to Fort Riley. They put me in a cavalry unit. Seriously. Infantry in cavalry. And to make it even worse, they put me in what they call an S3 shop. S3 is communications. S3 is a communication shop. I had the highest level of clearance you can get because I handled sensitive information. Then we deployed to Iraq, February 6th, 2007. As we were in Kuwait for a month and a half, 2 months before we actually got to Iraq. So we go from Kuwait to Iraq. We come in. There's RPGs flying through. There's mortars flying through. It's all kinds of good fun. Well, after I'm over there a couple months, they transfer me from the unit I was in to the Brigade PSD, which is a personal security detachment. I was a driver. I was a dismount. I was a gunner. There was nothing I couldn't do. So I done all that. April 14th, 2007. Was it April? So wait, no, I guess we were only in Kuwait for like a month. Anyway, April 14th, 2007, my best friend, I was just transferred to Brigade PSD a couple of days before my best friend was killed. I was actually supposed to be in that turret that day. We were going to link up with my old unit to do a run through Durham Market. Large crowds, people everywhere. I mean, it was chaotic. But we were about 5 minutes out, and we already had our radios and everything synced up to my old unit, and you can just hear them scream out, "Wahlberg's down, Wahlberg's down." He turned around, leaned up out of the turret to look for where sniper fire was coming at, and he got pegged right below the Kevlar line between the eyes. One round right between the eyes. The second he stuck his head out from the turret. So that happened, then went on leave a few months after that, and blown up 9 times, 4 concussions, 1 IED explosion actually stopped my heart, and it's something else. So now y'all know a little bit of back history on me. One hump or two, depends on the price. Wow. Just wow. Hey, Chopper. When I was in your live stream, the last one you did that I was in, did you ever look up those camel spider bites? I don't think Chopper heard me. Chopper. Chopper, are you there? Did you ever look up camel spider bites, Chopper? Bites. B-I-T-E-S. No, Chopper was doing a live stream a couple days ago when we were talking about the spiders down in Australia. So I told him to look up camel spiders. So those things are scary bastards. Camel spiders are a lot like snakes. Every time they shed, they grow bigger. A camel spider will also chase you and can run up to 6 miles an hour. And their bites are horrific. Look them up. We got some here in the States, out in the desert. I never want to mess with another camel spider as long as I live. I mean, they can get almost as big as a human head, and they will chase you, and you cannot just stomp on them and kill them. We had to shoot them, and then fill out paperwork for why we fired off rounds inside the base. Dude, we got wolf spiders here, but nowhere near that big. I've never seen one bigger than the palm of my hand. Never. Dude, it sucks. I feel sorry for him. Hey, Bill, what's going on, man?
Cigarette and coming inside, huh?
Cigarette?
Yeah, that's what, your third one?
No.
Bullshit. No, that's not the one you said you were gonna have and then come inside.
Hey, Bill. I saw what you said earlier in Green Bay's chat. That Green Bay read off. My hat's off to you, man. That's some shit there. See, now everybody's giving us shit now.
He said if I brought him his fucking
They
Mountain Dew-
know what I said. They were all here.
Not all of them.
Okay, fine. Not Bill. He just got here.
And that's definitely not the cigarette that he said he was gonna have and then come inside.
Yeah, it is.
Bullshit!
They certainly do. Why do you think pastures are so green?
Get your ass in the house.
You've always said it. What ass?
I will drag you in the house while you're here.
I am not one of the children. You are not going to treat me as such. 1, I am your husband. 2, I am also older than you. No, she ain't going to waste a rolling pin on me. There's harder objects in the house.
I don't even know where our rolling pin is.
In the drawer?
Is it?
Yes. It's already clean, so the only thing that'll be on there is blood splatter.
Oh. I don't want to dirty it.
Hey, our couch is actually quite comfortable, thank you. Besides, she can't sleep without me next to her anyways. Even though every night she says that, she's always asleep when I get in there.
And I sleep like shit.
You're still asleep. It's a technicality. I'll be in the house in a few minutes, okay?
You fucking better be.
Exactly, Mike. I know from experience. I fell asleep on it this afternoon. I'm only 30. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff to do. Which I was going to be able to get almost all of it done tomorrow, but it's Father's Day and my in-laws want us out there because they're going to make my brother-in-laws and my wife cook. Yeah, I know, Bill. Trust me, I know, man. I only eat once a day anyways. I told Wacky earlier, Bill, that if this is going to take off, to let me know. I'll do what I can to help. as far as figuring things out. But right now, I've just got too much going on to be able to provide any kind of monetary assistance to anyone. Now, once I get things straightened out, even if that means taking a second job, then so be it. Where does June live, Bill? Do you know? What state? Okay, for those of y'all here that don't know, that wasn't in Green Bay's live stream earlier, he had a nice big panel up there. June Gall, Brenda, Lou Rock, Ghost Mafia, numerous people. And they're talking about doing special live streams once a week, once they get a committee together, and doing a charity type thing for people to donate, and then they'll figure out who needs it the most. I mean, medical problems, some money for food, things like that, which is great. But that's what everybody's talking about right now. They're trying to get like a little committee together, get some money up to help people out that need it. I mean, help out Rod, TLC Bear 2. I told Green Bay about Rod. Just a quick little thing in chat about not being able to afford his insulin. And I don't know if he saw that or anything. But yeah, I know, Mike. Diabetes runs in my family. My dad was diabetic. My grandparents were diabetic. My mom's diabetic. Her parents were diabetic. Yeah, I know, Bill. And those things are not cheap. There's got to be a lot of research done. To find the right organizations that will be able to help out June with her stuff. Because she really needs help. Trust me, I know, Bill. Ever since I met Rod, and I talk to him on the phone at least once a week. I watch all of his videos he posts. And I'm pretty sure if it wasn't for Squirrel still being in school with only 2 years left, I told him I could help him find a place out here. The rates are a lot cheaper and everything else, and there's always people looking for cheap ways to get their vehicles fixed. As far as selling motors, I don't know. But it'll be a lot cheaper on them. And there are some pretty damn good doctors. This is a college town. And there are always college kids doing stupid shit and messing up their cars or trucks. So it could turn out to be a nice steady income for him. I live in a college town. I live in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's pretty much 9 months out of the year. This place is packed full of college kids driving mommy and daddy's expensive cars. Hey, sweetheart, can I have the charger? Stick it in, stick it in. No, I went in because my phone's sitting on 10% and I need the charger. And I did tell her I'd come in after that cigarette.
You told me you'd come in 2 cigarettes ago.
Yeah, that is true, Impact. Funny how people that went to college always have to pay someone that didn't to fix their stuff for them. But yeah, I've been trying to talk right into it for a while now. I mean, he's got his stuff with his kids and the power company trying to screw him over, and then not having to use his wife's car payment to pay his power bill, and not being able to afford his insulin. And the man needs help. He's pretty much like me. He's too proud to actually ask for it.
Just gotta say, because we're doing so fucking great right now.
He still has live streams like that, Mike, but he also has a lot of serious live streams too. But I don't know. He didn't react to anything I had told him. He has not been paying me any kind of attention whenever I literally type in at Green Bay Wacky to highlight his name in red for him to see it. That's true, Impact. Just like me, it would help out a whole lot if I didn't have a truck payment, but we need 2 vehicles. And I got tired of always working on my Durango.
By the way, I'm probably gonna start having a bunch of seizures. Going cold turkey off of Topamax like that.
All right. But I'm trying to figure out. I'm not trying to dog on Rod in any way. He's got so many vehicles out at the farm. I understand some of them belong to customers. But he mentioned something about a Bonneville. He's got a couple cars at the house. His wife's Cadillac. He's got his truck. Why do they need so many vehicles? I know he's got one vehicle he's been talking about trying to do suspension work on. Yeah, that's true. The only problem I have with this truck, Mike, is if I don't turn the ignition switch just right, my AC will not kick in. And then the blower motor doesn't push as hard as it should. He's got one he's been talking about doing suspension work to in the front to sell and make some money off of it, but hasn't done anything with it. I mean, Rod's a great guy. But it's just like everybody else. It's just Why are you doing this instead of doing that? I've even told him, hey, if you decide to move down here, help him find a place where he's got enough room for everything. Get him moved. We could do channel mashups. I can go over there and help him build motors and work on customer vehicles, and he can come over here and help me on the Mustang, that kind of stuff. And it's like it's not even that appealing to him. I
Do
mean,
you want to just randomly pick up your life and move states away?
it's just like when my father was alive. I would call him up several times and ask him if he wants to come over and help me fix something. I can do the work. I don't need help doing the work. It's that somebody there to talk to. That's true. But I also know where Rod's looking at. He's looking at the return versus the investment. That's what Rod's looking at. He's looking at the return on everything versus the investment and the funds available. Which is why I haven't ordered no parts for the Mustang. I don't have the funds available or anything for it. I guarantee you, if Rod was to actually sit down, pen and paper, and basically do a budget, figure out where all the money coming in is going, that kind of stuff. What he don't need, he can get rid of, that kind of stuff, and he could probably stay afloat. But right now, he's just got too much money going out, pretty much like me. I went from a $20 an hour job down to a $13 an hour job. But I try and work in little bits of stuff as I go along.
Our main problem is our bills are just so fucking expensive because there are 6 of us.
I know. I might try and work in small things here and there. But I don't have the means. I don't have the means. That's why there's not constant videos going up every day or every other day on the Mustang. I don't have the money for a welder yet. I don't have the money right now to start ordering parts because my first priority as far as parts go is to start the front end. Well, I've given them ideas. I think you gave them some ideas too, Mike. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, the racetracks. Because he's right. All these people at the racetracks that put these motors in their cars, they're mass produced. All people do is put them together. The parts are already there. They get thrown together. They get slapped in a crate and shipped out. There's no guarantee craftsmanship versus having a custom built motor.
$0 an hour sounds awful.
Well, he's on Social Security and only makes $849 a month.
Oof.
But people don't like that idea because custom built motors are a little more expensive, even though they're guaranteed to last longer.
Quality.
You get quality with the custom stuff versus quantity with the mass produced stuff. Oops.
My last paycheck was $349.
But I mean, we all have financial problems. I do. I guarantee Bill does. Mike, you do. But at the same time, there comes a point where you have to sit back and budget yourself. Figure out where your money's going. Figure out what you can cut. And if you're doing a business like Rod is, slow it down. And yeah, he's got customers bringing in vehicles for him to fix for him. But if he really wants the money, then he should probably demand payment up front.
At least partial.
He needs to at least get half down for the work he does. That way he's got money coming in. And at the same point, if he really wants to, he can turn around and keep people from taking possession of their vehicle back until they pay him to it for the work he's done. He's doing this as a business. He just has to legitimize it a little bit more. And he can hold the cars until payment is made. And if they don't do it within a certain time frame, he can turn around and sell the vehicle. That way he's guaranteed to get money.
There are legalities in that he would probably need a lawyer to help him wade through, though.
I've got 2 credit cards I haven't been able to make payments on in 3 months. Because I haven't even worried about it because I've got more important bills to make. I've got my utilities, I've got my rent, I've got my truck payment, I've got car insurance, I've got my cell phones that I need for work, just like my wife.
I've got 50 grand in student loans that I have to start paying off within the next 3 months, and about 30 grand in hospital bills. Not to mention his hospital bills.
But Mike, if he started this by doing bank loans and he put it down on the paperwork
we're not using our
as
credit
a
cards.
business, then yes, all he has to do is get some contracts made up for anybody that comes through with work to do. I mean, my credit cards ain't that bad, but right now, to reestablish, as in make it where I can use my cards again, I've got to pay $150 on each. So $300 one shot for both credit cards, which I just can't do right now. I mean, I could probably.
They have what, a $300 cap though on them?
On what?
The cards.
Just 500.
500. So they can't get that high, at least.
The Capital One sitting at 450 right now.
Yeah, we had everything paid off, and then it got up again when he was between jobs.
Now the fun part is turning around and trying to get things caught back up. But I really miss my 70-hour weeks and $20 an hour. Bringing in over $1,000 a paycheck. I got paid weekly.
Yeah, no, that'll screw up everything.
I'm honestly thinking about getting a second job just to help get things called up and ahead.
And have to be something you can do for 3 or 4 hours in the evening.
Yeah, that's my thing. Honestly, I could probably get a second job at the parts store, working a couple hours. My job right now, I get off at 5 o'clock in the evening. Parts stores around here close at 9, 10 o'clock. I can get a job working at a parts store, working 3-4 hours in the evening, 5 days a week. Every 2 weeks, that's another 30 hours worth of pay. That's a couple extra $100.
Yeah, I wish people would barter more around here.
The only problem is the people that do barter want they want stuff. It's kind of like with money. They want more than what they have is worth. Life has become all about that almighty dollar.
Don't turn the camera on me. I'm tired as fuck. It's not bad.
That's not bad at all, Chopper. Yeah, Bill, I know. I mean, I got the credit cards originally, I put the car insurance bill on one. That way I could turn around, pay it off every month, pretty much keep a zero balance. And then I put something like my DAV membership on the other, which is only like $25 a month. Turn around, pay that off, pretty much keep a zero balance to rebuild my credit. And that just went out the window. And here and there, gas. I had plans for them, but when you fall in between jobs and you need something, you need it.
And he spends too much money on Mountain Dew and cigarettes. Dang.
Nice, Chopper. That ain't bad at all. I'm actually thinking about starting to pay $30 off on each one. The only one I really want to keep is the Capital one. The credit one, I'm just ready to say the hell with.
I've let all my hospital bills go to collections. And we can't afford to get my meds. I ran out. I took my last pill.
Hand me that letter right there on top of the laptop.
This?
That one. This is from an old T-Mobile account of mine from North Carolina claiming that I owe them. Let's see.
Are you fucking kidding me? $1,200?
$1,250 ending balance. And they're willing to take a payment of $375 to settle the account. But because it's so old, the last couple lines says the law limits how long you can be sued on a debt and how long a debt can appear on your credit report. Due to the age of this debt, our client will not sue you for it or report payment or non-payment of it to a credit bureau. So why would I pay that? If they can't legally sue me for it or report it, why would somebody even pay it?
That can't be legit.
It
I
is.
don't remember even seeing that on your credit report.
It's not on my credit report. That's all the way back from North Carolina.
That doesn't make it legit then. For a T-Mobile bill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those pre-accepted offers never turn out well. I mean, I got one loan right now I'm supposed to make a payment on, but if I do, then I've got no money for food once I make the truck payment. So they're just going to have.
On.
I might just say the hell with it and just tell them I'll pay them off when I get my tax money next year. That's the only thing I can do.
We have 2 loans that we need to make a payment on.
Honestly, I'd rather take a hit my credit score and be able to keep food in the house with 4 kids than worry about making a payment on a loan that I took out before I lost my last job. Depending on what it is, loans can only be on there for a max of like 7 years.
But if he's paying it off when we get our tax
If I pay it off when I get my tax money, they have to remove it from the credit report. And all it's going to say when I remove it is paid in full. There ain't nothing they can do about it. And I'm not going to take out a loan to pay this loan just to turn around and have to make payments on the new loan. That's a vicious cycle.
Well, that's horseshit.
Oh, that's bullshit, Mike.
We had been hoping to use the tax return to get me a new car, but we're going to have a bunch of stuff to pay off first. Sucks because I wanted to get one of those vans that looks like a 15-passenger van had a baby with a bus.
That's pretty much the way I am with my truck, Mike. Buy it as long as I keep up the maintenance on
That's
it.
what brush guards are for.
And things like that. That truck should last me for years to come.
You get a brush guard so you can hunt deer.
All right, Bill, you have a good night, man. Get you some rest.
Alright.
I know you said earlier your health wasn't so good, so.
Nah, filter's off.
Filter's off, water's evaporating, gonna scrub it down and get it going again.
Yeah, the filter stopped working. I think it got clogged. And then, so I just unplugged it, and I haven't had time to clean out the tank or the filter. So it's quiet.
For a change.
Fuck off.
That's how I feel when I'm sitting down watching TV.
You got some weak bladders then.
Up and down every 45 minutes to 2 hours like a pregnant woman. Because there's constantly water going.
I've had them filters going in my bedroom since I was 11 years old.
You're immune to it. Shut up. I don't think I'm going to shower tonight. Crawl in bed and gross you out.
You need a fucking shower because I showered. I hope you at least get to a bucket first.
He's in Australia. All he's got to do is just open a window and go.
They have cities there.
Not where he is, I don't think.
Because God
Because
has
life sucks and God has a weird sense of humor.
I was gonna say sick sense of humor or twisted sense of humor, depending on what came out of my mouth when it opened. But yeah. See?
That's all?
He doesn't live in a hut.
Confucius say, when mosquito lands on man's testicles, man will find a way not to be violent.
Wooden pew farts are the best farts. $200,000 people is not a town. That is a city and quite a large one.
Excusez-moi.
Eh.
That's true. Women always get the short end of the stick in winter. Because that's when Turtle comes into play. I had a skeeter bite on my asshole before. That sucked.
How in the fuck did the mosquito get to your asshole?
Oh, I was screwing a chick in the woods.
It's a very pale full moon. We were talking about tans today at work, and I told everybody how you have very distinctive farmer's tan. And I said that you are super native dark from here down, but underneath your clothes,
Yeah.
you're like a very
really,
hairy little Irish girl. And they laughed.
I really do have a very specific tan going on.
Christian Christian said that's super not sexy.
Obama ain't got shit on me. See, I'm not the only one.
You should come to the pool and work on your farmer's tan. Just take off your shirt and blind people.
They have laws against nightmares like me walking around shirtless.
No, I wish they did, but they don't.
Fuck you too.
No, we have worse than you at the pool.
That's
I
right.
don't
You got 500-pound men and women trying to screw each other in the pool.
I don't complain when you take your shirt off.
That's because I flex my man boobs. Let's see. I have to agree with Chopper. That would be me.
You're not.
No.
You're just
Look at that.
You're just pale as the moon.
I'm pale.
Maybe.
Pale.
See, I want the sun to reflect off your man titties.
Pale.
I want the sun to reflect off your man titties and chase everybody out of the pool.
Yeah, I have to agree with Mike too.
He just has a bit of an insulated layer to
Yeah,
keep his
white,
six-pack.
white Michael Jackson would make jokes about how white I am.
He looks like a little hairy Irish girl.
Seriously. Well, there went everybody. A Muslim that were there. That sounds like a cowboy, a Mexican, and an Indian walk through kind of joke.
You hear a really bad joke that one of the other guys told me.
Sure.
It's bad. He said, I met a Jewish girl today and she asked me for my number, but I told her that we use names now.
Hmm?
He said,
No, say it again. I was reading.
Jewish girl today and she asked me for my number, but I told her we use names now.
Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, and it went right over his head.
I was reading. I
thought-
was only paying like a quarter bit of attention.
I thought it was a pretty good one though, for a Holocaust joke.
You threatened to shove a Jewish man into an oven at work one day.
I forgot he was Jewish. He was joking.
How much more racist can you? Oh wait, no, Jewish ain't race. Now I feel like a liberal as a race.
I mean,
No, she used to work with somebody at Little. His name's Jay. He's not your typical Jewish.
he was raised Jewish. He's not Orthodox, and I don't think he's not practicing Jew.
But
No, his
Into it.
app keeps crashing.
they were getting into it one day, and she just looked straight at him and goes, "I will shove you in the oven."
The entire store just stopped. We were always threatening each other. Like the hell, I can't. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Because this was while I was shift lead, and they just kind of stared at me. And 5 minutes later, I was like, Oh, because I remembered he was Jewish.
The whole time, the Jewish man was laughing.
Well, no, he faked being offended, but I mean, he thought it was hilarious.
And I know where he lives.
Everybody likes watermelon.
What about a 40-ounce Colt and a basket of fried chicken? Do a racist gift basket. That is hilarious.
Can we go to bed? I'm fucking tired.
Just get a big old gift basket, put in some watermelon, a 40-ounce Colt, and
No.
a thing of fried chicken, some great Kool-Aid, Magnum condoms, things along that nature. No, I actually got that. I'm not racist unless I get really pissed off.
Oh God.
But Gabriel Iglesias.
Chopper jumped it up.
Yeah, I know. That escalated quickly. Gabriel Iglesias, I don't know if y'all have heard of him or not. But he is a very overweight Mexican comedian. And him and a buddy of his done a racist gift basket joke.
You're fine. You should hear some of the jokes that we make.
Chopper, you're good, dude. You gotta remember, I am a veteran. I was also raised racist until I got in the army.
The Holocaust.
Yes, Fluffy. Mike knows.
The Holocaust joke that I told him was the least offensive joke that we told that day at work. So, yeah.
But yeah.
Blurry as hell.
How did you do that?
I tapped the screen to make it focus.
I don't know.
What?
If you ever go to an amusement park and a little kid looks at you and goes, "I want to ride you," that's when you know you too damn big.
What is this supposed to be? Do you know? I can't figure out what that's from.
I don't know. He used to say there were 5 levels of fatness, but now there are 6. Healthy, husky, fluff. Wait.
I don't know.
Healthy, husky, fluffy.
Oh, I was showing him a picture.
Yeah, that is number 6. Oh, hell no. Start pushing that button as fast as you can. I still think it's hilarious. He's telling a story about a guy he ran into at one of his shows. He comes up to him and goes, you don't have my size. He just looks at him and goes, "Dude, I didn't know they made you." Because fluffy shirts goes
I don't
up
want
to
to see naked
5.
granny butts.
Fluffy shirts goes up to 5XL.
I don't want to see
This guy was
naked
bigger
grandma.
than a 5XL. It's not like he has t-shirts with tags in the back that have a picture of a T-Rex on it. Oh, hell no. Fluffy is awesome. I felt a disturbance in the force.
y'all lost me, so I'll be
Ooh.
on Facebook.
He's sitting at home. His girlfriend's there, and his not stepson was there.
Mm.
He was asking about hookers.
Mm-hmm.
His son was getting in an argument with his girlfriend at the time. Because he's like, "What are hookers?" And she flips out and was like, "You said you would be the man and explain all this to him." So Fluffy turns around and goes, "Hookers are your mom's friends." And so the next time he answered the door, he turns around and goes, "Hookers are here."
I'd kill you.
But it's funny, huh? Michael Winslow, isn't he the one that does all the sound effects with his mouth? Like in Police Academy? Oh, now Mike's bringing Jeff Dunham.com. Dude, Michael Winslow is awesome with his sound effects.
I don't know who y'all are talking about.
Hey, I've got 2 of those shirts, Chopper. I'm proud to be an infidel. Jeffa, yeah, you're using an unneeded F. Everybody's got someone in their family that's Walter. Welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out. And in your family, that's going to be me.
I hate Walmart, so
Come on, Walmart's the redneck mall.
I hate.
You got your hunting section, you got your fishing section, you got your automotive section, you got your clothes section, you got your food section. And if they were smart, they'd throw in their own little beef jerky section too.
It's called up by the register. Fork mall.
Oh, Lord. Nag, 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 nag. Bitch, bitch, bitch. And if I remember correctly, she jumped on her menstrual cycle and ran my ass over. Nowadays, if you wear that to white, you're racist. And the world has so many snowflakes, they can't handle it. But yet, it's perfectly fine to walk with a black shirt with a white fist saying black pride. But yet, white people can't have pride. Asian people can't have pride.
Nobody said Asian people couldn't have pride.
Thing is, I actually watched a
It's just white
video
people.
earlier of a black woman saying that black people are not racist. The only racists in the world are white and everything else.
Well, I already knew they thought that.
I'm sorry, but to me, black people are the racist there is. Don't tell my wife, Mike. God.
I thought my lotion bottle felt a little empty.
But I mean, I got an American flag hanging up out front of the house right now. I'm getting ready to put up the Confederate flag. I'm going to put up a POW flag. I'm going to put up a Don't Tread on Me flag. Yes, Mike, I know. I am the only one on my street that has a U.S. flag flying. And if people don't like it, they can get the hell over it. What is that a picture of?
This is my first time babysitting, and I don't know where I went wrong, but my niece is currently asleep on her head. Do I call the parents or the exorcist?
Exorcist. A Impact. Look up General Jeb Stuart. Of the Confederate Army. And that's my ancestor from my mother's side. Well, of course, it was racist to use a black wooden doll. But yet, it's not racist to use a Muslim doll. Oh, wait, because Muslim is a race. Welcome to the world the Democrats want. Democrats are the ones that wanted to keep slavery. Republicans stopped the slavery. Democrats want to keep black people living off the system. Republicans say, stand the fuck up, pull up your bootstraps, turn around, get a fucking job, and better yourself. Well, that's probably an email from the FBI right now. Nope. Democrats want open borders. Free health care for everybody.
Look on her face.
She's got that look on her face like, oh yeah, now move it around. But Democrats are what's wrong with this country. Liberal snowflakes ain't no better.
It's just idiots that are what's wrong with this country, not Democrats. Idiots in general. The Republicans aren't any better. They're just taking us to hell in a handbasket hell a little bit slower
Than Democrats.
Did anybody else hear that part?
Chili Mac. But, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on about how much bullshit it is for everybody.
Our only hope is to send it to Jim Carrey for safekeeping. I'm sure that won't terrify him at all.
It takes a real idiot to think that the Civil War was fought over slavery. Do they really believe that the same country that decimated the Indians turned right around and saved the blacks. Well, you had Mexicans fighting on both sides. You had blacks fighting on both sides of their own volition. Except here's the thing, though, Impact. Was it tyrannical for the Republicans to want to end slavery? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the Bible state that all man is created equal? But yet there's always been slavery. But wait. It was fought over states' rights. But anyways, what a lot of people don't understand is it was black people that sold black people into slavery, sold to us, as in our ancestors. So, I mean, technically, they were already slaves of their own people. We just bought them. That's it. But let's not forget, black people don't want to admit that. They want us to feel bad about our ancestors who either had or didn't have slaves, because they want us. Let's see, what were some of the demands that the BLM wanted? White people, if you don't have family to will your stuff to when you die, give it to a black family, and
I don't know.
things like that. Ridiculous. They want us to give them everything because, yet, we captured them. But yet, they were technically traded to us.
Hey, don't fuck with us. You can take these people. Just leave us alone.
People are so ignorant about their own history and don't even want to learn, because the second you start giving them truth and facts, they come at you with anger and hostility. That's all it is. Because they don't want to live in the truth.
Do you want to go to bed?
Exactly, Impact. Hey, when I die, I want to be cremated, and I want a bag of popcorn in there.
No.
Oh, come on. Well, look at Antifa. They're homegrown domestic terrorists. They've been labeled by the U.S. government as terrorists because they show up to all these rallies and protests and everything. They incite riots, destruction, and everything else. They show up with baseball bats, stun guns, actual guns, things along those natures. And shit starts happening, they're the first ones to get taken out.
Want to go to bed?
Oh, I figured it out. When I die, I need somebody to show up at my funeral dressed as the Grim Reaper. And then go up, pretend you're just be a pallbearer, turn around, start walking out, and just look at somebody and go, "You're next." Now, there's somebody. There's somebody that I follow and watch his videos. His name is Adam Calhoun. And I don't know if y'all know who he is. But I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all also know who Upchurch the Redneck is. Or Eric Upchurch. They done a video together with some clips from an Antifa guy, and talking about how all the three percenters do is talk. They don't do nothing. And they're just like, yeah, because 3%ers actually have jobs, responsibilities. And then the guy couldn't even put a magazine into an AK-47, saying it's so hard and so difficult. Then they turn around with an M4, throw a magazine in there, charge it, start firing. Trying to recruit people for Antifa. And remember, resist. Yeah, right. My balls are bouncing.
I'm sure they are.
Hey, 5 people. I'm gonna go for about another hour.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. No!
You can go to bed.
I'm exhausted and sleep like shit. Just exactly what I need when... He fell off stage again. 2 weeks after pranking everybody that he fell off stage. At the place where he fell off stage and broke his leg.
Wow.
A year after he did it. God, he's as clumsy as I am.
Is that 4 a.m. or 4 p.m.? 400 hours or 1600 hours? So 1600 hours. But yeah, I think that would be hilarious though. Just show up to a funeral, dress as the Grim Reaper, be a pallbearer, start walking out of the church, carrying the casket, just look at a random person and go, "You're next." And just watch them freak out. My arm is now stuck in a butt crack.
I swear to God, if you just put my ass on YouTube, I'm gonna kick you in the balls.
Then I won't tell you. I just put your ass on YouTube. My wife is trying to kill me.
I ain't trying, 'cause if I was trying, you'd be dead.
Send emergency help. That's fucked up, Mike.
What he said.
Well, she has to get them out of her purse first.
Your balls?
Yep.
I don't carry a purse. I keep them in my... or my backpack.
Chopper said, no, I didn't see a thing but nice crack.
There's actually a hole in these pajamas. So you show my butt, on YouTube, and there's a good chance that I'm flashing people.
I'm looking for the hole so I can avoid it.
Fuck off! Get out!
There's that hole.
Get out! Fucking pervert.
I wish, Chopper. I wish.
What?
But she chokes on them every time. I thought she had them in her mouth.
He doesn't shake
and then he just said, nice ass. Wrong hole. Ow! Mike said, not the stink hole. She can agree with that one. I try every now and then, and it's just... Yeah, we're not going to go into that one.
The deal is something of equal size.
The thing
Up
is,
his.
she wants me to take something equal size up my ass before I can go in hers.
It's only fair. I'll get a clone of Willie's so you can take your own dick up your own ass.
Nope.
Fair's fair. You get exactly what I get.
Mike just said, I'll get a tattoo on my ass that says exit only.
I can do that.
I have to agree with the impact on this one.
Okay.
He said, just show her your next account. No, she said no. Act. It's getting dark. Put in, take out, repeat as necessary. Well, see, I've offered to purchase water-based lube. That sounds like an awesome idea, Mike. Mike says he wants to get a temp tattoo. Do that before his next colonoscopy to mess with the doctor. Oh, my back is so stiff. I'm counting down the years till I gotta get one. You don't think this Chopper just says I want to get a $100 bill tattooed on my old fella. So when she wants to blow 100, I can drop my pants. Oh, that's good. Huh? But it's hilarious. Well, that's good, Mike. Not the cancer part, but being able to skip a year. I think the strangest thing I ever saw was a woman getting her pussy tattooed. And I'm just thinking, how can she possibly bear that? She literally got it tattooed, recorded it, and it was like one of those old demon heads with the fangs that came down like tusks. One of the weirdest things I'd ever seen. I don't know, Mike. I don't. But that does seem like something I would get tattooed. So she's either asleep on the couch or ignoring me. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all, Mike. Well, since it's after midnight, to all you guys on here that are fathers, happy Father's Day. May yours be as horrific as mine will be after a while. And I say the horrific part as sarcasm. Wish I could find something for my dad. Really sucks right now because this is the first year without him. Dude, that sucks, Chopper. Made it out of it, Impact. It's on my end, guys. My data plan is 50 gigs, unlimited 4G, and I still get unlimited 4G regardless, but if there's a higher demand for other people who have not met it yet, then mine gets throttled periodically, which is what causes it to slow down on my end or freeze. So it's not y'all, it's me, and I apologize for that. Oh. It does suck, Chopper. The only time my dad ever told me he was proud of me is when I was in Iraq. The only time in my entire life. But yet, growing up, he also told me that I was good for nothing and things like that. So I can kind of relate a little bit. I didn't have any memories like that with mine, Mike. My dad was always busy working. And then he came down with cancer. The only thing he ever taught me that I'm grateful for at this point was how to work on my own stuff and fix my own stuff without having to depend on a shop or somebody else. So, that is a parent's job, Chopper. Right now, my job, until my daughters actually learn to listen and pay attention, is to be an asshole. Let's see. My dad never taught me how to shoot, how to fight, but he taught me a lot about working on cars. All right, Mike, you go get you some rest, man. Hopefully they don't total out your car. But yeah. Sorry, just thinking. That's true, Chopper. My dad was an asshole a lot of times, but being a father myself, I understand. Don't think what hurts too much. Oh wow, now I'm down to two people. Should everybody go? Need to work on getting rid of some of this gray hair coming in. Is it comfortable? think everybody enjoys a nice box here or there, Chopper. I think I'm gonna hop off of here, get in the shower, and go to bed, guys. I will be doing something tomorrow for Father's Day. I know I got to do part 2 of this video for the motor pool on the Mustang. Oh, God. All right, Impact. Thanks for swinging by, man. I am going to swing by y'all's channels and make sure those notifications are turned on because this is ridiculous. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Chopper, you have a good evening. You too, Impact. Talk to y'all later.